Your man StyleCon coming at you today with another video. Now let's get into today's topic of discussion. Now needless to say, I haven't seen another YouTuber in the watch genre do a video on this particular subject, but this is something that you definitely need to know. Now my channel, when I decided to start this, it was designed for new people. I made a lot of mistakes in the watch game, and needless to say, my videos are here to help those that are into the watch game, that are just coming into it, and probably even some seasoned professionals, but I would assume most of you already know most of this information. But let's get into today's topic of discussion, and that will be the processes of buying a luxury watch. You said, StyleCon, there's a process? Oh, yes there is, boo-boo kitty. Now, let's get into those processes. Now, whatever watch you want to buy, I don't care if it's a Movado, I don't care if it's a Tag, I don't care if it's a Rolex, a Breguet, whatever it is, make up your mind on what you want. That is number one. Figure out what you want. Will get your blood pumping, that excites you, that you find beautiful. After that, these other processes you need to follow. Get an appraisal. I usually buy my watches from Radcliffe Jewelers. They're in Towson, Maryland. Before I leave their store, I make sure I have an appraisal. Most of the time it is free, but some places do charge. I mean, it could be as little as, $10 up to $50. And some places might charge more, that I don't know. But the places I typically go to, Radcliffe, they do it for free, but I know other places do charge. After you get that appraisal, you want to get your watch insured. Your homeowner's insurance, your renter's insurance. This is a big thing. This is probably the most important thing. Now, those of you out there that watch YouTube videos on wristwatches, Bruce Williams, I like his videos, and needless to say, he had a problem with the Rolex that someone lent him, and I guess it got damaged. Now, needless to say, if your watch, you have the appraisal, you go to your insurance company, you do have to call them to get a rider added to it. It's pennies on the dollar. Most important. Now, if Bruce would have done that, more than likely, he wouldn't have the problems that he did, because the insurance is going to cover this. Now, there's Tyrese from the Fast and Furious movies. He actually lost a very expensive chain on a jet ski. Needless to say, he put in a claim for this chain, and it was covered. There's a gentleman plays football, if you're into that, Julio Jones. He lost a diamond earring. I think it was $150,000. He actually hired divers to go where he believes he lost this earring to search for. That tells me he has no insurance on it. If you have insurance, you don't need to send divers down looking for this. You put in a claim, they pay it off. Most important thing to do. And with that, keep up with price increases. Now, if you go from on an appraisal, they appraise it at the retail price. So if you paid $5,000 for a used watch and the watch retails for $8,000, they're going to give you that appraisal at $8,000. And if the price goes up, say from 8 to 9, you want to get a new appraisal, so that way you're covered for the maximum value. Now, there's some people out there that I've watched other videos on, they break certain brands down. But say if you have that tag that you spend $1,500 for, it's, say if it's worthless. But God forbid, if something happens to this watch, you have it appraised, you're going to get your $1,500 back. That's a beautiful thing. Of course, with that, you want to keep up with the maintenance. That's very important. I mean, if they say every 5 years, you want to do it. And then that way you keep these records along with your box and papers. Whatever you get, you hold on to, because if you ever want to resell it, you always have that to fall back on. You say, hey, look, I've got maintenance records from Rolex or whoever you send it into, showing that this watch is authentic. And needless to say, when you keep those box and papers, that adds to the value of these watches. So needless to say, for those of you out there that are seasoned pros, you probably already know this. But those of you that are new, these are some steps you truly want to follow. But last, not least, after the purchase, enjoy your watch. That's the most important thing. If you're buying these luxury items, you want to make sure you enjoy it. If you follow these few steps, in the long run, you'll probably be happier. Save yourself some headaches through, destroying it or whatever it is. I'll give you a little brief story. I had a tag back in the day, and needless to say, I don't know what happened. It's supposed to be water resistant to 200 meters, but it was losing time awfully bad. Took it into the service center. They said, guess what? Your movement's rusted out. And it's like, what do you mean it's rusted out? It's like, it is. They showed it to me. Had rust on it. I would take that watch swimming, everything, and needless to say, I guess water got in it, destroyed it. But guess what I did? I called my insurance company. I told them what happened, and I got a check the next week to cover the cost of the watch. So once again, this is your man StyleCon. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, leave them down below. But I'd like to say, this is a topic for discussion, so please leave a comment, and I will check you out in the next video.